They didn't know her name. They didn't know her past. They didn't know the weight she carried behind her quiet smile. But what they did know, what they thought they knew, was that she didn't belong. So when the new girl walked into the annual corporate retreat wearing a simple white dress and holding a notebook instead of a designer handbag, the rich interns made their decision. And that decision would cost them everything. If you're watching this, stay till the end, because the twist will leave you stunned. And if stories with powerful life lessons inspire you, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more. Arwa stepped into the grand hall of the Rosewood estate, her eyes gentle as she scanned the 100 executives milling around. She looked like someone who had wandered into the wrong world, too calm, too modest, too unnoticed. Exactly how she wanted it. No one would guess that she flew in on her private jet 2 hours ago. Or that the small notebook she clutched held the final signatures for an $800 million acquisition that would determine the future of the entire corporation. Or that she was not a new intern, as they assumed, but the majority shareholder of the company that was about to merge with theirs. But all they saw was an easy target. The trio approached her like sharks sensing blood. Zoe, the CEO's spoiled niece, Kian, the loudmouth influencer turned intern, and Mira, the self-proclaimed queen of our. They strutted in with matching wine glasses and matching arrogance. Sweetie, Zoe smirked, blocking Arwa's path, this retreat is only for employees. You must be lost. Or, delivering something. Arwa smiled politely. I'm exactly where I need to be. But Zoe wasn't the kind to accept dignity from someone she ranked beneath her. She exchanged a glance with her friends, one of those looks that meant trouble. Seriously, what department are you? Cleaning staff. Mira snickered. Arwa didn't reply. She didn't need to. But they needed to feel powerful. With a giggle that echoed across the hall, Zoe lifted her wine glass and tilted it ever so slightly. Before anyone could react, a stream of dark red liquid splashed across Arwa's white dress, dripping down like blood. The room gasped. People froze. A few even laughed quietly, trying not to be caught. Arwa looked down at herself. The stain was deep, visible, unforgettable. But her voice remained soft. Is that how you welcome everyone here? Zoe smirked, lifting her chin. It's how we welcome nobodies. Arwa didn't flinch. She simply stepped aside, her dignity untouched, and walked toward the garden patio alone while their laughter trailed behind her like poison. What nobody noticed was the man watching from the far corner, Elias, the company's chief operating officer. He had received strict instructions: observe quietly. Do not reveal anything. Let people show who they truly are. Now he'd seen enough. He followed Arwa to the patio, finding her wiping the wine with calm, steady hands. Ma'am, are you all right? He asked carefully. She looked up at him, the faintest smile in her eyes. Do you think I would have come here without expecting something like this? Elias paused. Do you want me to take action? Arwa closed her notebook, tapping the cover lightly. Not yet. People always reveal their truth before they face their consequences. Back inside, Zoe and her friends celebrated their little victory until the CEO himself walked in, loud and proud, Mr. Raiden Cole, a man more interested in money than character. He was hyped, excited, telling everyone that the moment the mysterious investor arrived, their company would skyrocket. The investor. The one paying $800 million. The one who would determine their future. Zoe rolled her eyes. Probably some old guy with gray hair. Mira agreed. Yeah, rich people never look normal. Kian laughed. Who cares? We'll charm him. They didn't notice Arwa walking back inside, now wearing a fresh dress from her suitcase, simple but elegant. What they noticed was the sudden hush when she entered the room. Executives stopped talking. Managers straightened up. Elias stepped behind her like a shadow, clearing his throat. Everyone, may I have your attention, he announced. The investor has arrived. Zoe quickly stood up, fixing her hair, preparing her best charming smile, until Elias said the next words. This is Ms. Arwa Malik, owner of Malik Global Holdings. And the majority buyer of our company. Silence hit harder than thunder. Zoe choked on her breath. Myra's jaw dropped. Kian turned pale. Arwa stepped forward with calm grace. Not arrogant. Not triumphant. Just composed. I was looking forward to meeting the team I'll be working with, she said softly. But some of you have already made an unforgettable first impression. Mr. Raiden rushed toward her, panicking. Ms. Arwa, I assure you, if any employee has offended you. She raised her hand. I don't act out of anger. I act out of justice. Her eyes locked onto Zoe, Mira, and Kian. Their smiles had collapsed into trembling fear. Earlier, Arwa continued, you judged someone not by their abilities or character, but by their clothes. Their silence. Their simplicity. The entire hall hung onto every word. That tells me something important, she said. Talent can be taught. Skills can be trained. But heart is either there or it isn't. She turned her gaze to Mr. Raiden. Humility is the foundation of leadership. Something your interns, and your company culture, are lacking. Zoe began to stutter. We didn't know who you were. Arwa looked at her with calm disappointment. And had I been a real intern, someone earning minimum wage, someone without wealth or status, would your behavior have been justified? Zoe went silent. No, Arwa answered for her. Because kindness is not something you give only to the rich. The room was dead still. Employees exchanged guilty glances. Some looked remorseful. Others looked ashamed. But everyone was thinking the same thing. This woman had just taught them a lesson that their entire training program never had. Arwa opened her notebook and signed the final page. Elias, she said, proceed with the merger. He nodded. Oh, she added, turning back to the trio, as for you three, you're not fired. The room exhaled in confusion. You will instead spend the next 6 months working in community service, rotating through departments you look down on, including cleaning staff. Zoe gasped. You can't be serious. I am, Arwa replied gently. Because sometimes the best way to open someone's eyes is to place them in the shoes they refuse to see. Elias began to escort the trio to HR for processing. Arwa took the microphone from the stage, addressing the entire hall. Today wasn't about humiliation. It was about awakening. And let this be a reminder for all of us, never underestimate someone because of how they look. You never know who they are, what they carry, or how much strength their silence holds. Her words spread through the hall like light breaking through darkness. People clapped. Some cried. And for the first time in years, the company felt human again. As Arwa stepped off the stage, she passed Zoe, who whispered, voice trembling, why didn't you fire us? Arwa paused. Because cruelty taught you nothing. But responsibility might. She walked away, leaving them with a lesson that would follow them for the rest of their lives. And as the video closes, remember, respect isn't earned through money or status, it's shown through kindness. If this story moved you, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more powerful real-life lessons.